Council's meeting, if you'd all rise and remove your caps, we'll say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the last council meeting.
I'll second that.
We've got a motion and a second to approve the minutes from June 8th council meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed the same, so moved. Ms. Atkins.
All right, I have the allowance docket from May. I failed to print that off for you guys last council meeting, so I have that for you guys to approve. It's in your Dropbox.
I'll make a motion to approve the allowance docket.
I'll second.
We've got a motion and a second to approve the allowance docket from May. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed the same, so moved.
All right, and then I have the claims for you guys to approve for this last time.
I'll make a motion to approve the claims.
Second it.
We've got a motion and a second to approve the claims. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed the same, so moved.
All right, and then the last thing that I have that just needs Mike's signature, it's request number 15 to JPR in the amount of $33,050 and no cents. It's in relation to the wastewater treatment plant. If you have any questions, I'm sure Danielle can address those with that.
I'll make a motion for pay request number 15 for JPR in the amount of $33,050.
I'll second that.
We've got a motion and a second for pay request number 15. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed the same, so moved.
And the only other thing that I want to mention is with our new utility billing system, we have the ability now to print full page bills. So full page bills will be going out this month. I plan to have the PD posted on their page, and then I'll send out a reach alert. We'll post it everywhere we can about it. But our hope is that it'll be more clearly marked, a little more discreet, and we can get those in quicker and not have trouble getting them delivered as well. So that's all I have for you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Wagner.
Couple different things. I sent you all last week the deed from the redevelopment commission to the town for the Bremen Village site, 125 East Plum Street. And I would ask for you to just vote to accept that tonight.
This is not the operational agreement, but
This is not, that's next.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the transfer of the deed from the RDC to the town of Bremen for the Bremen Village Shops location.
I'll second that. I'll second it.
we've got a motion and a second to approve the transfer of the deed from redevelopment to the town for the village shops location. All in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed the same, so moved.
Okay, and then the proposed operational lease, did get a draft back from Mr. Van Soest today. Pretty minor changes proposed by them. They're actually going to take responsibility for the landscaping. We need to change just some of the language about what they're going to clean up and leave on site each day. None of that was controversial. The only issue that it probably bears more discussion would just be the idea of management. The way the agreement is drafted is that they would have somebody on site every time that they're open. That is ambitious for a volunteer organization when you're talking about every weekend. So what I think they're proposing is when they do their Fourth Fridays events, they will have somebody on site for those. Another wrinkle is I think the place that sells coffee wants to open up. I thought he said 2 days a week maybe to sell coffee in the morning. they don't wanna have somebody on site for that. So what basically what I saw in terms of revisions, that was the only one where I didn't have a clear answer for you. Everything else was acceptable in terms of what they were proposing to do. And I would ask that you just authorize Mr. Frame and I to work out that issue so we can get that lease executed, but substantially as to form. They didn't come back with anything earth shattering. The only thing that we haven't agreed upon, that I don't know was discussed on Matt's revision is they're gonna pay some nominal rent. And I don't know what that is.
Who's responsible for the utilities? I didn't see any in the utilities.
The way I had it drafted, I had it with us paying it, but my understanding from Matt is that they are paying the utilities.
But I don't know that I saw that in here.
It's in the draft that I sent you. I had us paying it, but Matt told me that.
Do you know what
Last
section that was in?
Give me a second and I can pull that up. But they have that baked into the site rent for the tenants.
Because I think there was with the coffee situation, it wasn't going to be water, and we did run water,
Yes. To
and they're using a significant amount of water, which I think they're looking at the fact that you've got other locations that aren't using water and the rent's all the same, so I think they need to break that up on utilities probably.
Yeah, I'm trying to search for it right now, but I'm not finding.
That's
it.
fine.
It's essentially, I had it where we were providing that. And according to Matt, no, they're gonna take that over, so.
Okay. So really not like the lease agreement amount and then straighten out the utilities.
Yeah, and to be clear, it's not what the shops are paying to BCC, it's just what BCC is gonna pay us for the site. So, and I think that's something that needs to be frankly revisited annually, based on how things are going, because right now, it's crazy. I would say, I've been in the office on some weekends and it seems like it's packed. I don't know if that's corresponding with sales necessarily, but it seems like it's doing really well.
The parking lot, we are keeping and maintaining.
Correct.
So we would be responsible for asphalt and sealing and striping and all that stuff.
No.
No?
No.
I mean, not the initial one, the initial one they're doing, but I'm saying ongoing, how is that going to work?
That, my understanding is ours.
I would think if we took the deed, we'd take the responsibility for that.
Well, but it's not part of their agreement to take that over, and be responsible for maintaining it. And there was some discussion that they might have an event that used that parking lot, and it doesn't sound like that is planned at this point at all. That was something that I think I kind of assumed based on some early discussions. The most I heard from Mr. Van Soos was on the Fourth Friday events, they would have a couple of food trucks come in, and like literally two. And what he wants to do is to be able to park them on Plymouth Street in those spots right there, so they face the sidewalk and the site, which I thought made a lot of sense.
Is there power then?
Or,
Wherever they're,
we can get, we just have separated there.
I know what, we had to do some stuff down here for the Jackson Street. I didn't know what we have set up currently for food trucks there.
On that half of the parking lot, nothing.
That's what I figured.
Well, not in the parking lot, literally on the street. So,
Oh, they want to park the food trucks on the street.
on the street.
So
So
is there a way to get power that way?
we'd have to look into that. Okay, so
Okay.
Nothing substantial anyways, 20-inch circuits and that.
Probably need to have Matt look at that. Wherever he decides they would like to have their food trucks, we're gonna have to make sure that we can actually have food trucks there.
If you could put it to the back of the alley, we'd have a better shot of getting power. That's where the pole line is.
We have generators.
Some do have generators. I've had some discussions with Matt. He's real happy. They're well under budget. They're actually absorbing the cost of the two unforeseen tanks being removed. They're absorbing that out of their initial budget, so that's all great news as well. But we just got the final for the first one, and we're still waiting for the second one. But
The second one, we're not actually removing, we're
it's
Filling it.
It's in place.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything came back clean, so we're happy with that.
okay. Anything else on that agreement? Anybody have any comments on the lease or the operational agreement?
No.
Okay.
So at this point, if you want to authorize us to enter into it when we get those other details worked out, but you can give us that authorization. We'll make sure to circulate what the final version is, though, so you guys have a chance.
I'm the one signing it.
Actually, we can make it so Keith signs it.
How do you guys want to do that?
I'll make a motion to approve Keith Frayne to sign the operational lease with the Bremen Village Shops upon final review of the contract.
I'll second that.
We've got a motion and a second to allow Town Director Keith Frayne to engage with the Bremen Village Shops on the operational agreement and get that signed. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, oppose the same. So moved.
I circulated draft of ordinance 7-2026 regarding establishing the DORA. It kind of got longer than I originally anticipated, but I do think it's pretty good. I think in the message that I sent you, the one thing that I really just don't know what to do, and I'm going to put it up to you guys, is just about the time limit on it. Right now, it's set so that if a bar can sell alcohol, then they can be out in the door. This may be the sort of thing where we want to try it and see how it goes, and then if we need to change that, we can do that. So
Yeah, I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah. The only question I know we're gonna have the signage at the designated points that were on the map or whatever for, you're leaving the door area, right?
right.
Entering and leaving.
Right, entering and leaving. Are we having trash receptacles or anything so they don't?
I have
Wow.
no idea on that.
We've got trash cans all over town, but we haven't discussed having a trash can at.
I'm just saying,
At the
you're
exit
at
street.
that exit point and you're having, just a question I had when I was looking at it last night. so.
Yeah, no, that's a good thought. It'll be a lot of extra trash cans.
Well, I didn't know if
Um,
it didn't have to be big. I was thinking something that mounted to the pole that was like a small one,
Mhm.
right? Just
Right.
something.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
Okay.
We may be heading off a complaint before we actually get.
So, question on Dora. So we've got the brick and mortars included, and then
So, Buds is still reviewing it.
Okay.
And may choose to participate. I have him in there because it was easier to put him in. It's certainly easy enough to take him back out. So if he chooses not to participate, he'll be out. But it can always be added in later. So,
and then we have temporary signage
right.
for like the VFW or anybody we deem as temporary, or how does that work?
So essentially what happens is, we donated the areas that we designated the areas that the vendors can operate in. And it's basically over there and over here. So if, there's going to be an event, they would need to submit their application. We're just basically pre-approving the two that are listed there. To be able to do it. It doesn't mean they have to because, I don't know what our process frankly is for when someone sets up a festival, Keith. Do they have an application?
We don't have festival applications.
Well, two of them are run by the town and one's run by us.
Right.
So
That's kind of what I figured the issue was. We may want to set up some process to apply so that we have somebody defining what the event is, because otherwise we're gonna get the applications to be a vendor in the Dora without knowing what the event is, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in order to be able to use that space and close Jackson Street, I know they're gonna have to come through the town anyway, for instance. So,
So, for example, I think there was some discussion with the village shops with their fourth Fridays and events. I thought there was a discussion, somebody asked me about a winery, they want to have a winery come in and do like a wine tasting. Would they be allowed to do that in the Dora designated area?
yes.
And we,
So they would have to apply to be a vendor, to be able to, as long as that's in the defined area where the vendors can be, they could sell. So Keith is looking at me. I don't know if he's disagreeing with that, but my understanding is they could come in and do that. Okay,
I've taken care of.
gotcha. He's glaring at the computer, not at me.
okay, so we need a process for vendors to apply for the Dora designation.
Well, one of the exhibits on this ordinance is, I don't know if it's attached as exhibit or if it's just referenced, but basically there is a very simple, it's a one-page state form that you submit, in order, like basically it comes into us and I think we have to send it down to the Alcohol and Tobacco Commission for approval. So it's pretty simple though, from what I recall. Like I said, 1, maybe 2 pages at best.
I don't think it's on here.
Okay, it may not be on there, but the ordinance refers to just that basic state form that they have. So we don't have like a Town of Bremen homebrew, you submit this as part of this process, although we could create one if you want to say everybody's got to put in a special event application. But I will say that would technically apply to Oktoberfest, Summer's End Festival, Latin Fest, all the ones that we already have a hand in. They're going to need to make sure they do the same thing, the same application, just for consistency's sake. So,
I see we have representation from Buds and Hooples here. Do you guys have any questions on this?
Yes,
Go ahead.
I should say the questions are more concerns. We'll be involved with this, but I'm not real happy with what I'm seeing in that ordinance, several spots. One, you're asking me to add you to my liability policy. My insurance company is telling me, no way, don't do it. Why am I adding the town to my liability policy for people outside of my business?
well, I think the answer is if you overserve someone and they go out into the Dora, you're going to be sued because you overserve somebody. I'm not saying that you do that, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying on the theoretical level, that's what the
I
concern is.
understand that,
So,
but now you're opening up a vendor on both sides of my bar. And if VFW's down there and the firemen are down here and they overserve them, I'm being held liable partially for that problem when I have no control over it. And I'm the one that's gonna be eating the additional cost of the additional liability.
I don't think that makes sense.
Same thing you just said. If I overserve them, you don't wanna be liable.
But
if they overserve
so
them, I'm
so
gonna
if a
be
person
liable?
doesn't come to Bud's for any alcohol the entire night, how are you going to get named as a party?
Okay, let's say they go to my place and they go down to the VFW and they go over to the firemen, they go to Hooples, who's liable?
Well, I
Why
don't
is the
know.
town not adding us to your liability policy?
No, you're the issue here is the town doesn't have control over serving the alcohol. We don't do that part of it. Okay. And I will say, if I remember that provision, it does say may, not shall, on whether we get added to the insurance. I don't know that we've reached a final conclusion if we've asked Greg about that. But my back to your fact pattern, I don't know because there's not enough information to say, but I will tell you in my experience, a plaintiff's attorney is going to basically sue everybody that is involved with where they were over the course of that evening, right? So if they were served at Bud's and then they went to Hoople's later, or if it's Oktoberfest and they go down to the fireman's tent down there, it's going to be shotgun style. They're going to get everybody, and the town's going to get included in that as well.
Which I understand, so why are we adding you to our insurance? That's my question.
It's if
If you already have that insurance, why am I adding you additionally?
because we don't want to be sued for something that all we do is provide literally a physical location for. Okay, the issue that you're talking about, like if you don't have a hand in the accident that happens, like somebody just slips on ice in the door, you're not going to get sued for that. If you didn't have anything to do with it. You see what I'm saying? Like the idea that if something happens that you're not related to, just because it's in the door, all of a sudden all the businesses in the door get sued. That doesn't make any sense to me. So maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're raising, but I don't think that's how it works.
Okay. What was the other thing? Once again, the other thing was, again, opening up both areas on both sides of our bars for additional competition. Whether it's a vendor, wine vendor, whether it's a margarita vendor, whether it's a nonprofit group. We started off with one end and now we're on both ends. You're opening up
Right now,
another parking lot.
right now, we currently already do it. When we
Not on
have
both ends.
festivals, we serve,
Down there, yes,
we do.
but now you're opening up the other parking lot. According to this, you can do it on both parking lots at the same time.
For a special event, but for the most of the year, you guys, somebody can walk into your bar, grab a drink, and they can walk down to the village shops.
Right? If
That's-
the village shops allow them to.
Why wouldn't they?
According to this, they can deny it. They don't have to participate.
You know, I'm saying, right
No
now, the
different
door,
department or
what the
no
door
good.
provides though, is it provides an area. Somebody can go into Hoople, somebody can go into Bud, somebody can go into the Wooden Peel, whatever. If they're all participating, they can get a drink, have a beer, they can walk out and walk up and down and shop and do whatever they want. That's good business for you. Because right now they have to stay inside your establishment. They
I
can't
like
leave it.
that. The whole idea when you own a bar, if you've ever had one, you want to keep somebody in that seat so they keep spending their money there. They eat there, they drink there, they stay there. So longer they stay there, the more you make. If they take 2 beers and they walk out the door and I don't see them again, I sold them $10 worth of beer. Big damn deal. If they stay there for 3 or 4 hours and they eat and they drink,
If you guys don't
Yeah,
want to be a part of it, you
$50
don't have to, nobody's forcing you to be a part of it. That's fine. You just choose not to be a part of it.
you asked me if I had concerns. I'm telling you what I have.
It's not going to change whether or not we do Dora.
I ain't saying
It's
that.
it's a matter of whether you want to be a part of it or not.
What?
I guess as a business owner, you don't care about what I got to say.
I got lots of opinions on how you should run your business, and I'll keep it to myself. Another question?
I guess, one of the concerns, I think that kind of looking, because you're talking like the 4th Fridays and stuff, maybe having special events, whether you have like a beer tent or something out there where non-for-profit selling $2 beers, it's a little competition because everybody's gonna go outside and get the $2 beers.
And their 4th Fridays aren't necessarily, I mean, if you look at what they're trying to do, their 4th Fridays aren't about having alcohol. Their 4th Fridays are a movie night, or I know this
food trucks-
Saturday they're doing a guest musician that's going to come and she's going to play. So it's just every 4th Friday they're going to have an event, something to attract people up there.
Well, the concern is, like having a beer tent and entertainment out there where everybody's gonna just hang out there and drink $2 beers, then that's a little bit of a concern.
Honestly, I think if you've talked to Matt, have you met Matt Van
Yeah.
Soest? Okay, I mean, I don't, that is not their initiative, that's not what they're trying to do. And the whole door, honestly, the whole thing is to promote downtown business,
Sure.
right?
No, I'm familiar with.
More people that are coming uptown and going to the village shops and sees that Hoople's has outdoor seating and serves Hoople burgers are gonna stop there hopefully and order a Hoop burger and a beer. Same thing with the bakery, same thing with the hardware store or the theater or Carmen's. I mean, more people, more traffic should promote more business. I mean, it's designed to help you guys. It's designed to help all of downtown.
I think you put out a husband daycare sign and, yeah, basically, because based on the clientele of the shops, I know I'm not it. So if I knew that I could just shuffle on to Buds or Hooples, that would probably make it easier for me to spend the afternoon there.
Well,
But what I was gonna propose is, we need to talk to Matt about a couple other things anyway, and why don't we try to schedule the meeting where you guys can come in at least for part of it. And we'll get with Greg Miller on the insurance issue, Joe, and we'll talk through that some more too. I don't know that that's necessarily a bright line for us. So, and probably we don't have Tara here right now. We don't know if that's something that everybody else requires. That was just language that I had, but I do know the way it was drafted, because I remember thinking about that. It was optional, so it doesn't mean that we necessarily have to. So we can look at that issue and talk about that one some more, but I think the best thing to do, because we have ideas about the Bremen Village shops, but as someone who drafted that lease, I was totally wrong about a lot of things that I thought they were gonna do that they're not. So I think it'd be best if they defined what they have in mind for the foreseeable future, and that may actually not be as problematic as what you think.
Okay.
So we could set that meeting up.
and I won't throw Matt under the bus because he just walked in. When I have a discussion after the meeting and tell him you guys' concerns about the possibility of competition, he's gonna be sick. I just tell you, that is not the intention. Their intention is not to have beer tents. There'll be the small little, maybe the wine tasting or something like that. It is not gonna be what you guys are grabbing hold of. That's not what this is about at all.
And to be honest, I think, I mean, I've reached out. I mean, as far as the Latin Fest goes, we need somebody to serve alcohol there. We don't do it ourselves. We're not looking to do anything with ourselves. Like the VFW, they had offered to do it. They manned it. It's their license. Like that was, we're just putting on an event. It makes $0. It costs a lot of money. It's just for the community.
I think it's worth pointing out, because I think maybe I'm understanding there's a misconception. The vendors going in those spots only go in when there is an event. It doesn't mean that someone can just put up a tent because it's July 31st and start selling beer that night. It would only be if there's an event. So like Mr. Lehman said, we can think of 3 where that happens right now. I don't think it's all of a sudden going to become every weekend or anything like that. So it's designed to be, the vendor spaces are event driven. They're not just open for someone to come in and rent a stall and be able to sell alcohol whenever they want. So.
Fair enough.
Okay. All right, so we already approved this agreement to move
Okay, so
forward.
the DORA, I would like to move it forward.
Yep.
If you just approve it on the first reading. So it does need to get published. So it's either gonna be, I think we've got enough time to get it published because of the way the dates fall, before the July 13 council meeting. So we still have the opportunity to change and tweak some of those things. So if there's other input from you guys that we develop, or you guys have something you want us to know, we can still do that. But I just like to get first reading and then get it published, and we'll have a public hearing down at the 13th. If it still needs work at that point, you can always do second reading and then go to third reading at the next meeting in July. So.
I got one more thing, Tony. In that ordinance, it has something about fines for people that do not. In other words, if I overserve somebody, give them 3 drinks, come out the door rather than 2, I'd be fined $2,500. Who's policing that? And if I don't agree, how would I appeal that?
So I think there's language in there that says if you get assessed, well, it may be limited if you get suspended or terminated from the DORA, that you can ask the council for.
Right, but the initial $2,500 and a $5,000 fine, there's nothing that spells out, first of all, who's writing the tickets? And who's
Probably the
policing it?
Bremen Police Department.
And how would the appeal process work? If I don't agree with it, I say, no, you're wrong, I didn't do that.
Well, I think the appeal process would be the town probably, it's a civil violation, so we presumably take that to court. That's where the appeal would come.
Okay. I just didn't see nothing in it, and that was another concern.
Nope, I know for the suspensions, just off the top of my head, I don't have it open in front of me, but I know for the suspensions and terminations of the DORA participation, I built in, because I had to homebrew that language, I did that myself, but there's a mechanism for people to appeal directly to the council and say, hey, this isn't fair. But on the issue of just the fines, no, those will typically go just through the regular court process.
So you were saying that we're gonna maybe sit down and have another meeting and fine tune stuff before it gets,
Before the 13th.
Yeah.
So we got a deadline. We'll want to get that done pretty quickly. So.
Anything else?
Nope, I'll entertain a motion for the door though.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 07-2026 on first reading.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the DORA ordinance. Is there a number on it?
Yeah, 7-2026.
7-2026 on first reading. All in favor say aye. Aye, opposed the same. So moved.
Don't forget, there is that meeting about the must, although I don't remember what the acronym stands for. The must meeting tomorrow at 1. The meeting has been moved from the county building to the Plymouth City Council chambers. So it's at the Plymouth Town Hall, not at the Marshall County building. I am not sure whether it is going to be recorded, but we're gonna do everything we can to get it recorded.
Do you
So,
need one of us or all of us or any of us there?
I think the three of us are gonna go. If it's recorded, I would say no. If anybody has the ability to come and hear the presentation, I think
1 o'clock?
yeah, the more ears we have there, probably the better off. Now, we're not in the same boat as most of the other communities in the county because we're big enough where we have our own decision to make. The other ones are kind of on rails. There's some talk that there are still changes coming for the legislature. They're gonna tinker with this right up until the moment it goes live, I guess. But I just wanna make sure that you guys are aware that meeting is there. And then we also need to set an executive session sometime, and I know it's the worst time of year to try to get this stuff done, but we need an executive session to deal with a couple different real estate matters.
How soon will you know if it's recorded or not? If it's gonna be recorded or not?
Probably tomorrow morning.
Okay.
So I told Kevin I was gonna contact the mayor about it, but I didn't get
I
it
can-
done before I got here.
Probably make it
Okay,
to the meeting.
but I'm gonna do it. I'll try to get word to everybody about whether it's gonna be recorded or not as quick as I can. So.
Anything else?
I think that's it for me, other than we'll bug you about getting that executive session set up. If we can set it joint with the RDC, we'll do that.
Okay. All right, I don't have anything on here for new business. I don't have anything on here for old business unless anybody has something they wanna bring up.
Someone's got some, signatures to hand in.
That'd be in public comments.
That's- yeah.
Public comment,
Please.
go ahead.
I'm Jay Bungie, 121 South Shoemaker Drive. And I've got more signatures to submit today. I can give those to Mike.
Well, do you want to do this at the plan commission
I
meeting?
want to do it right now.
You want to do it right
Yeah,
now? Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jay.
I believe by the page count, we're at 1,000 now, and that's a target number that Troy Holmes had asked for, and So we reached that, and there are more pages out there, Tony. So there's some people are still working on more. And if I could make just a couple comments, I want to say thanks for the good job you're doing with this issue so far. And I think that what's impressive to me is this hasn't been a top-down organization. This is just a lot of different people from around town coming together to voice their concern and talk about it. A lot of those names represent long conversations about how they feel. And I think that it's come together just genuinely. And they're voicing their concern, and they're also showing support for a proposal like you're working on. So again, I just want to say thanks for your efforts. So far, it looks really good.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So I'd like those signatures. I think Keith has the other ones. If we
902.
if we could give those all to him, he can submit those together at the plan commission, because they need to be aware of it. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Oh, yes, sir.
Hi, gentlemen. My name is Mike Henry. I just wanted to kind of come and say that if it wasn't for the good people of Bremen and coming forth and educating us, we've met with a lot of people that have talked about the signatures that they were signing, and I have to say this, and I don't say it lightly, but as I started to do some research, it's apparent to me that we had an opportunity for really, and like I said, I don't say it lightly, an unethical business proprietor opening up a third business in town. I have been a citizen of Bremen now for the last 3.5 years. I greatly appreciate the small town atmosphere. I love the overall safety that is afforded to us in this town, to me and to my family. As a pastor of First Baptist Church of Bremen, I am called to be the shepherd and the overseer to protect not only my flock, but the people that are around us. We have a lot of youth that are there. I take that very sincere and seriously, trying to make sure that we do the best that we can to disciple these young men and ladies and to allow them to hopefully have enough education to make the right decisions in life. I realize that temptation is a reality in the world that we live in today, but I think that if we can buffer any kind of temptation, if we can buffer that temptation from our children and from the citizens of our city, I think that we are given a responsibility to do that. I'm grateful for the people that have signed on the dotted line when it came to this deal. I think that when people started to hear about it, they weren't sure. As people began to become educated about it, as they began to look into it, I think it really was neat that the town voiced 1,000 signatures. That's quite substantial. That's not just a rumor. That's just not a few people who feel like that someone shouldn't do something. I think that we're all for equality. We're all for legalities. I think the amendment that you guys are proposing is absolutely super important because, number one, it's going to make the definition of what is a store, what is a gas station, what is a certain proprietorship clear. I think that if we have clear rules, then maybe we're able to police that a lot better. I think it's a whole lot better than having someone open up a proprietorship here in town and beg our forgiveness later. You know, it's been said a lot of times, I've been here now 3 different meetings, and it's been said that we want Bremen to be a good town. We really want Bremen to be a great town. And I can honestly say I would like it to continue to get better. I think we have a great school system. I think we have a great opportunity here, like I said, just to be that small town atmosphere. And looking into the future and what can be possibly brought into our town, I just think that the amendment and I think that the work of everyone that's here today is extremely important to pay attention to these little things. Just like the saying goes, evil only wins when good men stand quietly. And I think that this is an opportunity for 1,000 people that they're willing to put their voice to something, to stand up to something. And I think that as 1,000 people out of this small town, what do we have? 4,000 to 5,000 people here? That's a significant amount of people that are interested in what we're talking about today. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else for public comment? All right. We will move on to Director of Operations.
Keith, have my report?
Thank you. Chief?
Nothing.
Nate?
You got my report.
Henry?
Nothing.
Ryan?
Nothing tonight.
Austin?
Yes, one thing. I'd like to replace our 2013 pickup truck with 2027. That truck would be getting handed down to the mechanic. His truck's in worse shape. I think it was a 2006. So, yeah, new truck would be, actually 2027, 3/4 ton, from Oliver Ford, for $56,922.
Any particular add-ons to it or anything, or just standard truck?
After we get it, for 2,300, it'd be the plow mounts. I'd keep the same plow that we currently have on the, 2013. So the company's able to put the mounts on, the harness and everything, so it would mount right up to this new truck. But otherwise, that's with all the strobes and it's, pretty much ready to hit the road once we get here.
I'll make a motion to approve the street department to purchase the new pickup truck for $56,922 with the caveat of giving the mechanic the old truck.
I second that.
We've got a motion and a second to approve the purchase of the new 2027 pickup truck for the street department. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. So moved.
Thank you. And then, one other thing, I have a list, it's on my report of some old stuff, time to get rid of. Some of it, isn't necessarily right away. One of them is the mechanic's current truck. But yeah, there's a handful of things on here that, and possibly some other departments might add into it here in the next couple months. I didn't know if I should get permission now to start the sale process or wait till we have the whole, it'd be better to do it all together or what?
I prefer to start the process.
I would do it now.
Yeah.
I'm not
You know
sure
what
there's
you-
any benefit necessarily to waiting, like you might as well just get rid of it. But to be clear, it's not junk, it has value.
Some of it.
There's a few that are like scrap value.
Okay, so that'd be two different things then. Some, you need to identify what you're sending out for sale and then what you are declaring surplus property that needs to be junked.
So the sale stuff, will we open that up for public bid or just try to
Typically,
sell?
yeah.
So your plan is Austin, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a threshold of value? Because I may have something as well that I'm looking at maybe surplusing or.
$1,000.
To tell you, well, but there's a way to group things together and then still have them. So you could have something that was 1,200, but if you combine it with three other things and it's under, I think, 5,000, then you can sell it more easily. So if it can wait one meeting, let me pull up my information on that and we'll figure out what fits best for what you have going on. So,
If you want to go ahead and declare the scrap stuff scrap, so that's off the list.
yeah, that's okay. So is it clearly identified on there what's
Yeah,
scrap?
listed out.
So, okay, so.
You guys good with that? I'm gonna make a motion.
Go ahead. Yep.
I make a motion that we declare the old leaf truck, or not the old leaf truck,
Yes.
the 2 leaf boxes and the old snow push box as scrap.
I'll second that.
We got a motion and a second to declare the 2 old leaf boxes and the old snow push box scrap.
Yes,
Scrap value.
Scrap.
worthless. So,
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye. Pose the same. So moved.
That's all.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks. Ben.
That's my report.
Matt.
Last meeting I mentioned having 2 different things. to ask permission to purchase. The only thing I was able to get back for this meeting was the camera truck quote. It's through Sourcewell, which I know Austin uses for the bigger trucks, so that satisfies the quotes. So it's $160,875. Basically, this is it's a Ford E450 gas chassis, 14-foot box. We come with a generator. Basically, we'll take the equipment that we have, take it over there. They'll retrofit it and put it into the new truck. Like we talked about last time, we've done this with the ambulance. I mean, my guys are pretty talented, but it's not. I don't know. I'm proud of the equipment the town has. I mean, I think our camera equipment is very good considering the surrounding communities. I'd like to put it in something that is a little more presentable. The ambulance that we have now, the air conditioning, the heat doesn't work in the box. So actually got like one of those Mr. Buddy heaters to run it in the winter time just so we had some heat. It's been through a flood. So it's just, I don't know, to me, I feel better. I know it's a lot of money. I've talked with Megan. We said taking all this out of the wastewater fund, we can split it with storm because we do camera work for the stormwater as well. So I guess I'll leave it to you guys. You want to?
So you're looking at a new truck?
Yeah, so it'll be a new box truck. They come with all the toolboxes, a workbench, a wash down. So when you're pulling it out of the manhole, you can hose it down before you put it in the truck. A generator. Right now we have just an inverter, and a lot of times the inverter can't handle the load, so it pops all the time on us, like while we're doing an inspection after we start from scratch. So
And the split between the storm and the wastewater, is it 50-50 or is it?
I was thinking 50-50.
And there's enough funds in there to take care of it.
They're both good.
Just seems like this camera gets used a lot outside of our town business. And I say that in a great way. They were down today at the Lutheran school doing a camera because they're getting ready to do some work on a parking lot. They wanted to make sure that they weren't paving over pipes that were crushed or broken. So we use this to not only do our jobs, but to help the community in other projects too.
The ambulance, was this the second one you guys used? Or
I think it's the third one since I've been here. It used to be on the old fire truck.
and how long do one of those usually last? Give you about,
5 or 6 years, I think,
okay.
roughly.
And this newer, buying a new truck, how long do you think?
Well, I went with the gas motor just because I wanted to get away from the diesel. They're more expensive. I see this lasting for many years. I don't look like, think it's going to be like a pickup truck where we normally keep 10 to 12 years. I'm just going to keep that and just run it.
Okay.
So
that's what I've kind of
my
assumed.
intention. Yeah, I don't want to keep replacing this. I just
Right,
want
it's not mileage, it's more just idle time, right?
idle time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You said it was 168.75.
160,875.
Okay, I'll make a motion for Matt to approve the new truck for the wastewater at 160,875.
I'll second it.
We've got a motion and a second to approve the purchase of a new camera truck at 160,875.00. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed the same. So moved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chief?
Yeah, my report again. Thanks everybody for the festival. I believe it was a success. So thank all the departments. Yeah.
Heard they signed a 3-year contract.
They did. Instead of a single year contract, 3-year contract. So that's
A
pretty good.
little nervous after the parade night when it was a little
Yeah, a little sketchy, but
little sketchy down there, but
Yep. Bring
Good.
the bubble.
awesome.
I'll make a motion to accept department head reports.
You get Brian?
Oh,
Did I miss somebody?
You get Brian?
Oh.
I didn't hear you ask Brian.
Okay.
I thought I said Brian. Yeah.
My apologies.
He doesn't have anything to say.
Unless you want me to say something.
He usually does speak.
I stick with that motion.
Give him a night off.
Okay, so we have a second.
Wait, who's the second?
I'll second.
All right, we've got a motion and a second to approve department head reports. All in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed the same. So moved. Okay, Dan.
Got a quick one today.
Just a few quick updates on the wastewater plant project. They finally got done with the excavation with lagging and shoring on the influent pump station. They have a subgrade set. They're gonna start setting bars tomorrow and they'll be pouring concrete on the foundation on Wednesday. Also just wanted to keep it in front of you, the topic about the draft project priority list for SRF. We expect in the next month or so to get the final PPL out from SRF, so then we'll be engaging Baker Tilly to look into what rates would look like if that funding were to be pursued. Water system PIR, Josh indicated to me that he met with the town to discuss future water system improvements a couple weeks ago, and that PIR is being updated based on the information there, and he indicated he'll get you guys something for review in June. Also updated the water map with new information provided by Henry. He made note of here that the town needs to advise JPR on funding protocol for future water improvement projects. I'm sure we'll be kind of working through that to probably come up with a recommendation or something.
Okay.
So, Legner Street, railroad permit's been submitted as of last week. We're waiting on response and review from CSX. For the Community Crossings 2025-1, works complete. We're preparing closeout docs. For Bowen Ave, as you see, works they're throwing down out there on it. Concrete work was starting last week. Got a progress meeting on that project tomorrow. And lastly, for Community Crossings 2027, Mike indicated that we'll provide a cost estimate for potential work along Grant or Dewey Street in the near future. So keeping you guys up to speed.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Town council comments?
Nothing tonight.
Nothing for me.
Nothing. I don't have anything either. Make a motion for adjournment.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. So moved.
Don't forget, the plan commission meeting, if anybody wants to stay. You guys got.
Hey, Austin.
Also, I forgot to mention, I will not be here the July 13th meeting. Remember,